I'm a man. Everything I wear gotta be strong, manly, rugged. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you gotta tone it down a little bit. And believe it or not, the fragrances that sell the most are actually the unisex fragrances. And I'm gonna assume that a lot of you guys like compliments. Women actually like softer fragrances more than they like the manlier, rugged fragrances. So unisex fragrance guys, don't shy away from them. Run my intro real quick. Like I said, there's this big misconception where people think unisex means girly. They're softer, they're not as harsh, they're not as crazy. But these 10 I'm about to show you guys right now, I'm telling you guys, I absolutely love these fragrances. Men and women absolutely love these fragrances. Number 10 on the list, we actually have Clutch by Perfumology. This might actually be my favorite fragrance from Perfumology. I really love this fragrance. It's really unique. You have ginger and vanilla on this fragrance, and to me, I kind of get this like soda, Sprite, bubble gum vibe from this fragrance. Like it just smells very different and it lasts all day. Ladies love this fragrance. I'm telling you, this fragrance right here, whether it's the fellas or the ladies, both of y'all gonna love it. One of my favorite fragrances. Clutch by Perfumology at number 10 spot. Number 9, we got a little throwback. We got Dior Homme Intense. I love Dior Homme Intense. This one right here, of course, has this signature Irish note, and you also have a pear note. So this is like powdery, it's floral. But one thing I like about iris is a flower that I think is a little bit masculine. So that's how the fellas can pull this off. And the powderiness gives it this soft touch, which I feel like that's why the ladies can pull it off too. I know a lot of women that wear this fragrance as well as men. And the funny thing about it is with this notion of unisex fragrance being girly, a man wearing this fragrance would never guess that a lot of ladies wear this fragrance. That's the funny part. Number 9, you got Dior Homme Intense. Number 8, you got one of my favorite fragrances ever, and I'm talking about Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. Tom Ford Noir Extreme is just a sexy, seductive fragrance. You have a coffee note, which is pretty much this dessert, so this is a gourmand fragrance. You also have vanilla and cardamom, so this is just a really delicious fragrance. I really love this fragrance. Ladies go crazy when I wear this fragrance, and of course, fellas love this fragrance on the ladies, so absolutely love Noir Extreme at the number 8 spot by Tom Ford. Number 7, we have one of my favorite creeds. We're talking about Millesime Imperial. Have a full review on this, check it out. Amazing fragrance, watermelon, musk. This just smells royal and expensive. This is worth all the money. It doesn't have the best performance ever, but the way this fragrance smells, it skips over the performance. Like, I just absolutely love this fragrance. This is something you dress up, dress down, best for the summer and the spring, but this is just overall just an amazing fragrance, and I see why ladies can wear it. I see why men can wear it. It's not too much on the masculine side, but it's not really too much on the feminine side either. It's kind of in the middle, but this is an overall amazing fragrance. And this fragrance is actually marketed for men, so it's not even marketed for ladies, but a lot of ladies wear it as well. So number 7 spot, we got Creed Millesime Imperial. Number 6 spot, we got one of my favorite Mason Francis Kirkshire, but we're talking about Baccarat Rouge 540. Now, either the extrait or the regular version, either one. Personally, I prefer extrait more because it's a little bit denser, but it also is a little bit more expensive than the regular version. But either way you go, amazing fragrance. You get some florals, you get this almond note in it, so it's nutty. This is just a fragrance like nothing I've ever smelled before, and I see why it has all the hype. This is definitely worth the price point. Definitely top 2, top 3 when it comes to compliments. I've never worn this fragrance and not received a compliment. And the crazy thing is, the first time I smelled this fragrance, I actually smelled it on a woman, and I was like, what are you wearing? And I was like, I gotta have it. And there's a lot of clone houses right now cloning this fragrance. fragrance left and right. So this is a banger right here. Ladies love it, men love it. Man, I could go on and on about this fragrance. But Baccarat Rouge 540, number 6. Now, this was hard coming up with a top 5, honestly, and I feel like number 6 could have been number 5. They're pretty much interchangeable, in my opinion. Not saying that I think 5 is better than 6, because in my opinion it's not, but I'm talking about By The Fireplace by Replica. When it comes to the popularity of this fragrance in the fragrance community and just overall, and the way it's selling, and just the forums and the reviews, and just people absolutely love this fragrance. And when I first smelled this fragrance, I did think it was unisex, but at the same time, I seen a lot of men buying it. When I started looking at the reviews, I noticed a lot of women buy it too and review it. So this is just a really, really great fragrance. You have chestnut, you kind of get this marshmallow vibe. Like, this just takes you to this warm, cozy spot. And it's just delicious, it's smoky, it's woody. This is an amazing fragrance for the fall. Definitely has some masculine touches, but it's also soft at the same time. Ladies, fellas, check this fragrance out if you haven't already. Definitely one of my favorites from Replica. Number 5 spot, you got Replicas By The Fireplace. Number 4, you have 100 Silent Waves. Now, I have a full review coming up on this. This is by Nisha. The funny thing is, I bought this fragrance by accident. Don't worry, you guys will see the story about that. But this is the best accident that I've ever spent money on, because I smelled a lot of floral fragrances. This is one of the best floral fragrances I've ever smelled. Now, the funny thing is, this fragrance is technically not even marketed for men. This is actually marketed for women. But there's a ton of guys that wear this fragrance. This fragrance smells amazing, and every time I've worn it, I've gotten a ton of compliments from the ladies, and none of them say, you smell like you have a perfume on. They just say, you smell good, what are you wearing? So, fellas, I'm telling you, do not sleep on the florals. This is an amazing fragrance, and it'll definitely get attention from the opposite sex if that's what you wish. But one of the best fragrances I own, not gonna lie. Number 4, we got Nisha 100 Silent Waves. Number 3, we got another floral banger. This is by the House of Byredo, and this is Baldy, a Freak. I actually have a full review on this. Please check it out. This right here, I kept hearing all this hype about this fragrance, and I was just like, I have to put my nose on it. And when I put my nose on it, I put this fragrance at the top of my list, and I was like, I have to have this fragrance, and I'm so glad that I own it now. This is just so refreshing. It's like, I don't even know how to describe this fragrance. Like, I have a full review, but it's just like, it's floral, it's soft, it's earthy, there's some vetiver in there. I could go on and on about this fragrance. This fragrance is just a must-have in everybody's collection, in my opinion. If you haven't put your nose on this, please do. Everybody that I've told to put the nose on this, fellas or ladies, they've all came back and said this is an amazing fragrance, and I've actually even gotten a ton of people to buy this fragrance. I'm telling you guys right now. Number 3 spot, we got Baldy, a Freak by Byredo. Alright, number 2, we have another Mason Francis Kirkshine, and this one I did a full review on as well. This is Grand Soir. Grand Soir is one of the most elegant fragrances that I've ever smelled. Like, it's just amber, it's warm, vanilla, it's sexy, it's beast mode, it lasts all day, it projects so great. And when I tell you that ladies go crazy about this fragrance, and fellas, when I wear this fragrance, they're just like, yo, I don't know what you're wearing, but it just smells like money. Like, absolutely love this fragrance. Check out my full review, and there can only be one number 1. And when I mention number 1, you guys are going to be like, it makes sense. And it's none other than Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. This is an amazing, amazing fragrance. Probably the best rose in a fragrance that I've ever smelled. Now, I have another funny story for you. Now, this fragrance is actually made for women. This is a women's fragrance, but most of the people that buy this fragrance are actually men, because when you smell this fragrance, you can't tell me this is a woman's fragrance. Not that I'm saying that women can't wear this fragrance, because they definitely can, but the incense in there with that rose mixture actually make this fragrance smell very masculine, but at the same time it has a soft touch. I'm gonna give you a quick history about rose too. Rose is actually a note that was mainly used for men in the Middle East. Kings wore rose, so rose wasn't even a note for women. It then turned into a women's note, but rose is a masculine flower, but this is still soft enough for a lady to wear. When I tell you beast mode, compliments, you've never smelled anything like this. This fragrance is out of this world. Like 10 out of 10. There's definitely a reason why it made #1. I'm gonna get it soon and I'm gonna do a full review on it soon. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope I changed some of your perspective when it comes to unisex fragrance, fellas. And let me know, what's your top 5? Which ones did you guys like the most? Let me know what's your favorite unisex fragrance down below in the comments. And if you've never worn one before, let me know too, I'm curious. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. Now, 3 things that help this channel out a great deal. So the first thing is liking this video. Second thing is commenting. The third thing is, if you like the content that you just watched, please subscribe. And don't forget to smell stylish. See you guys next time.